Hello, we have a game. We're back with the High Elves because, why not? We're quite a bit down. I don't know why I'm looking at my team. I already know what that looks like. We're down 2 blitzers for this game, which is one of our problems. We're against Undead, who have... Oh boy. Agi 5 Ghoul. That is a problem, for sure. 646. Okay, so what can we do against this? I mean, we could get Wizard. That feels sensible. I don't really like bribes versus undead, so maybe... I think a mercenary blitzer is too expensive. It is. We are 30k away from that. We could probably get a mercenary lineman, but... Let's just take a babe. Let's play somewhat sensibly. So... Really, I've had to think about what to do with the rest of the season, and I think I got too caught up in trying to get a certain record. And, obviously time is running out, so it's probably better just to play and try and enjoy the games we get, really. Just try and enjoy the team. I've enjoyed this High Elf team more than I've enjoyed the Dark Elf team that we ran. Mostly because this High Elf team hasn't broken quite as brutally. So, I'm going to go with them. Plus, I'm playing Dark Elves in the Tiki League, so I'm already getting some Dark Elf time. Unfortunately, we're without our Mighty Blow Blitzer, who would have been useful, but we will make do with what we got. What do I think about this? I think probably that. And yeah, I think we'll call it. I don't think we have any other injuries on the team, but I could be wrong. It's been a few little bit since I played with them. Yeah, I don't see anything else. So, sorry. Usual issues of being awake. That will resolve as we get playing there. But what I was gonna say was we have 2 blitzers out. One of them is just a rookie blitzer. The other one is our Mighty Blow Tackle blitzer, who is Agi broken. Now, I'm actually wondering about keeping him on because of Mighty Blow Tackle is so huge. Okay, stun is fine. And we'll see how we go. Try not to get too caught up in worrying about how the results go. I mean, I'm always gonna be kind of caught up in that, but interesting though follow-up there. If he had followed up, he would have had a immediate 3 dice here. But yeah, just, playing anyway. Like, we were kind of playing... Oh, I was sort of playing with the mentality of... losing a certain amount of games was pretty much death to the team, and... It's not... I'm not going to say it's an unrealistic way to play, but it's a way of playing that doesn't give you a lot of leeway. It's possible to do, for sure. Oh, there goes one of our guys. He's busted. So yeah, I think unless you play a certain amount of games, if you play a lot of games, you can afford to have a slightly worse record, right? But if you're only playing like 20 to 30 games, you have to have a really, really, really consistent good record. I'm guessing he's not going to pick up on the Agi guy. I think he's going to pick up one of these ghouls. But I mean, I could be wrong. Just the fact he's over here. Oh, for some frenzy. Alright. Pick up a successful. Going in for the foul on the loner, which I'm seeing more and more, loner fouls. It's an interesting phenomenon. Okay, that's a nice, nice even out there. Alright, there we go. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. So far, pretty good. 1 out apiece. Looks like they're gonna go after this guy, maybe. Getting the old 3 dice on him. We'll see how fast we break and what that means. I feel with Undead, a lot of Undead is how, to me, a lot of Undead is about how involved the mummies are. Like if they get like isolated away from the play, then Undead can get into problems. If you can keep them relevant, that can be a big deal. So far running back to them, you know, it's pretty solid. Some base ups here, so I guess we can attempt a hit or two. Nice. Just trying to work out whether it was worth trying to knock this guy over and then go through the hole. It's not much of a hole though, so I don't think so. Alright, so we'll see if we get lucky here. We don't. So just push him away. Over here. Kind of want to keep the wrestles spread out a little bit. I guess we'll just push away. The classic first dodge of the turn, 1 rolled there. So he's gonna be able to blitz catcher here. Which one is he gonna go for? This one's the easy one. Could also base this up down here and come through for a hit on the dangerous one, but okay, they're not taking it at all. Going after the guard. People always fear the guard. Probably push him back so that he can get a foul. Well, will he get a foul in? Maybe. No need. So our guard is protected for the moment. The blowage white is actually pretty nice. Because he can continue to sort of rail on us without much fear of retribution, right? So be a aggressive foul if he goes for one. Nope. Lost his interest in fouling for the moment. Alright, so what do we fancy here? I think we're going to take the boring option here, just going after this guy. Boring option, boring result. There we go again. The early fallovers are not the best, but if we're not getting armor broke off them, that's something. Wouldn't be surprised to see him move in, like down here, or move the mummy into here. Could then move this mummy down into here and then come through for 2 dice on this guy or 2 dice on this guy. Honestly, I might be tempted to go after this guy just because he's more vulnerable. He's the most vulnerable player on our team with AV7, right? So. Okay, he's going for the blitz with the mummy. I don't think. Yeah, I suppose it's 3 dice. Why not? It's 3 dice, and most importantly, it's blocked, so it's a lot better than your average mummy. Okay, ball's going there. This guy going here? Putting in a GFI, yeah. I think he went a little too aggressive here. And I think he's realizing it now. He's got a reroll, so it's probably fine, but I don't think there was any need to go all the way down to here. I think he just wanted to get through and past this guy, but it's sort of causing him some issues. So he's just deciding who he wants to make the GFI with. If he makes this, he's fine. Okay, but he does make it. Let's see. So I'd like to make this hit. Do I need to make that hit? I mean, it would help. It's a GFI. That's a GFI. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, we didn't kill him. Oops, that's a GFI. We'll regret that. See? He'll get injured here. Okay, he didn't get injured at least. I mean, the GFI does kind of help though, because it means he can't get embedded down in here as much as he'd like. So even though it was a mistake, it makes us more secure, for want of a better word. We're really just trying to force the score if we can without having to use a wizard. He's pushed pretty hard here, so he might just have to go for it. It looks like he's going to try and stall it. Maybe try and... He's going to have to dodge though, I think, to set up some kind of screen down here. I don't know how secure that screen's going to be, so he may just secure all of this, come back, blitz this guy, and then run in. It would be a bold move to, because there's nothing stopping us coming out this way, so kind of feel like he has to go in, but we'll see. We'll see. He's thinking about it. I can guarantee you he's trying to decide if this is safe enough to stall. If you pull him back here, it's definitely better, and you could maybe GFI this guy down a couple times. He's moving that guy. That's suggestive of the stall. Well, he's still thinking about it. I think he's just moving this guy in case he decides to stall. Which he does. I think we go for the fireball here. We got 3 ghouls. Okay, I mean, that's still okay-ish. We'll have him as sort of a we'll see kind of guy. So what are our options here? If we got rid of this guy, then there's a lot of 1 dies that we could take. What would be the best? Okay, so now we've got a route to the ball. I think we drop this guy into here. Oh, or do we actually... Yeah, I think this makes sense. All right. Danger of this guy picking it up here. Okay, so pretty standard. Pretty standard. So now you can just waltz it in, basically. Let's see. It's a loner, we can't reroll that. Well, that didn't work out, did it? But I don't think it was a bad plan. But, I mean, if he's really desperate, he can just 2-2-2-2-2-2-2. But I think he's going to try and resecure this, probably. I think we were pretty unlucky there. I think we were very unlucky there. So he's doing that next to 2 wrestles here. That's interesting. And he's kind of, the other thing is, but obviously this guy is a bit exposed as well. I feel like this is reminiscent of the last game we played of High Elves, where we had a turn. Was that a wizard as well? Where we had a turn where we had a really good chance at the ball, it didn't come off, and then we effectively lost like 3 people, and the game was kind of done. So it's feeling a little bit eerily reminiscent. I feel like this is probably the sensible thing to do. All right. Not my favorite turn ever, but, he is down 3 players. We're down 5 players. Okay, yeah, we can wrestle that. Yeah, that wizard was rough. The fact that it didn't touch any of the 3 ghouls as well, because obviously they're so vulnerable. I mean, maybe there was an argument for just bolting the edgy 5. No, there wasn't, because he didn't have the ball. So it was a sensible maneuver. We caught all 3 of his vulnerable players, and we gave ourselves a chance at it. At the ball. I mean, we had guys surrounding it as well, right? Had we've knocked one or two more of those guys over, we'd have had a much better chance in at the ball. And as it is, we managed to get it. Okay, he's given us 2 turns. That's interesting. Catch doesn't come back. Classic. Our movement 9 catcher. So our speed is somewhat mitigated and we're going to have to carry it on a wrestle. Yeah. We rolled, on the plus side, we rolled a 1, so it wouldn't have mattered if we had had another babe. I feel like he made a few suboptimal plays here, and we, you know, had some rough luck trying to punish it. I feel like that's kind of what happened. Did our guard come back? Okay, that's quite nice, because now we can put him here. We can maybe make a hole through. We should probably do it like this. 2 dice this, get it out the way. Two dice splits this, and, you know, because we got wrestle, that'll make it a bit easier to knock him down. Everybody else attempts to charge through. It's not going to be easy, honestly. Extra reroll, we don't need that. Well, that's highly disappointing. It's highly disappointing. I guess on the plus side, I didn't make that my blitz, so... Oh dear. What? Why? Why is that a thing? There's what we needed. Oof, what a disaster. Oh, did I already use my reroll? Oh yeah, that's right, I used it on the block. I mean, it's okay, I needed to get away from anyway, so... just drop back and stick a foul on him here. I don't know who with. I suppose. Seems very fixated on this block guy. I mean... Yeah, I don't think there was... Maybe we probably could have done that better after the initial block failed. Probably could have blitzed it from like done the 2 dice on the left and blitzed it from a different angle. I just figured, well, I've got 4 dice at this, or I'll pay here somewhere. So I definitely didn't play it the right way, but yeah, I guess he'll foul with one of the ghouls, I imagine. Needs to come mark this guy. Is he going to go back and foul him? No, he's going to foul this guy. He's definitely given me a chance. I'm not saying it's a great chance, but it's definitely a chance. Okay, I see the problem here. The problem is I can't actually get the ball to anybody. Never mind, he hasn't given us a chance. I'm one square away from being able to get this to somebody. Unless I can work a way of chaining somebody into position. Could I somehow chain this guy? No. This is the only guy that could theoretically get chained. Oh, hang on. Come back here to here. Hand off. This guy goes up through here and he can pass. What happened there? Why? Why did that look like I had another? I'm really confused by that. I guess somewhere my brain didn't quite understand what was going on there. I don't know. Felt like I could make. Yeah, I suppose I wasn't going to be able to make that work unless I could make it work the other way, right? So I guess I saw a square that was not really an option. Well, we got our other catcher back on the plus side. On the downside, we're down 4 players. And we have no wizard and all of that kind of stuff. But that aside, things are in a pretty good place. Off we go. Good start. Good start. Did he get an extra reroll? Yeah. Do a bit of this. Do a bit of this. All right. Good start. Good start. We're probably just going to have to do something that's not good at some point here, but such is life. We're in a difficult. We're 4 players down. We can't we're not likely to necessarily win if we play it normally either. And I don't feel like the quick score was the way. I think the way is eke it out as long as we can and hope for the best. Which isn't the best sounding option in the world. Problem is, undead are actually quite fast in some ways. Oh, he's got 4 ghouls on the field. Ugh. Didn't even realize he had 4 ghouls. I mean, we theoretically could make a move now. Maybe not a great move, but... I mean, a lot depends on this. Okay, pretty standard. Alright. We gotta roll some dice. That is just the nature of this thing. We're gonna get horribly stranded. So if we'd punched that zombie down, we'd have like tried to push through to something here. Wouldn't have been easy either. We'd have still need to roll some 2s and 3s to make it happen. But much less. You know, if we have to just back out of this situation, I just realised that he could have got this guy around here very easily. But honestly, that's fine. We'll play with the cards we dealt. This guy's got like an entrance up through here now. I think I'm going to take it, but it's a 3+2+ for glory. Unless that's who he's splitsing, which is quite possible. Feels like the right place to attempt to back up to here, but I don't know how possible that'll be. Yeah, he's kind of blocked himself off from getting through to the player. Disappointing. Much better. Alright. I'll take that. I'm not feeling super optimistic about the game, but I'm, you know, crossing my fingers and hoping for the best. You know what I will say about the wizard? It got us a 2 dice on the ball. And we got the ball free. It just fell in the one square. It fell in the 1 out of 8 squares it could fall that was a disaster for us, so I think it's worth remembering that we, you know, even though it didn't pay off as much as we wanted, it did technically get us the ball free. It was really the scatter that was the major deal. I mean, you could say that not hitting another goal was definitely unlucky, but it was the scatter that was the really disastrous part of all of that. Doesn't really do his covering things often before he does his blocks, which I'll admit I haven't been doing as well to some degree, but that's partially because because we've got so few players, our covering stuff kind of relies on the blocks to open up the position to be able to get to. Whereas if he is going to send somebody up to mark this, which maybe he's not, then you'd want to kind of probably have him up there already in case something goes wrong down here. Okay, he's just ignoring him. That, honestly, I think is best case scenario for us. Because we're just going to keep this guy up here and hope that we can juggle the ball around for a couple more turns. So the downside is he's got a Agi 5, so we really need to try and stall this till turn 16, which is not looking super likely right now. So just going to try and form another box down here if possible. A POW is nice. First reroll. Okay, it's not too early. It's the 4th turn of the half, so, you know, definitely could be worse times for that. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, it's going to be trickier this turn for sure. Just ultimately, he's got too much team, right? Oh, there's one less. This may be the turn where we lose it. I mean, the double one will do it. So, okay, so the plan was get him to here, one dice this, push him to here, this guy comes up through here, and then this guy comes around the side. So I couldn't move this guy until we'd done the one dice here. Which maybe I should have done before I did this. I think it was pretty much, you know, what happens, happens though. Oops, I didn't use wrestle. Well, that was an accident. I guess he didn't die at least, but it's not ideal, right? Because, yeah, I mean, it's just not ideal. I can't use him now, which is a disaster. Misclick. I don't think it's going to matter that much. Because I think he's going to have the ball in his hands on a bludger at the end of this turn in a way that we can't get to it. So, you know, I think it's a moot point. I think we've just been beaten here. But I don't feel for the fact, you know, although we've been beaten, I don't, you know, I'm going to not feel bad about how I played because I think, I mean, misclick aside, and maybe the attempt at the two-turner, although obviously that was unlucky not to... It was semi-unlucky on the two-turner. Not to get a knockdown in 6 dice. Not ridiculous, in fairness. Was this how we set up last time? I don't think it was. Maybe it is, because it's how it set him up. Okay. So, no, it wasn't. This wasn't how he set up for the two-turner. So we're just going to try and punch a hole through here. We'll see how that goes. Oh, and actually you need to be over here because you're going to do the hit on the guy here. Or not. Or not. Yeah, I'm just, you know what? We're just going to rule this one. Oh, rule this one. We're going to put this one down to... The vital turn didn't go away. And since then, I actually was quite happy with how the offense was going. You know, obviously the double one, once you're that many players down, is gonna be kind of game killing. So you're just hoping not to roll it. If you can avoid the double one, maybe you get out of the game. But we hit it, and that happens a lot. So double ones is not that unlikely, as it turns out. I guess we could still try and roll around the side here. Bring this guy to here. Two dice this guy. Blitz that guy. Push him ever so slightly. I will follow up on that to get myself out of the way. Use our last reroll. All right. That's not in the way. In fact, that probably helps. Where'd the ball go? Oh, wow. Okay. Is that turn 15? No, okay. So then we come up, throw it to this guy. This guy comes up to here. One person dodges. Hooray, maybe we get a bit of SPP. It was the general plan. It doesn't really matter in terms of the game at this point. It's just, you know, it'd be nice. Yeah, I had I think the last few days about, you know, what to do in terms of keeping playing this season. And I struggled to come up with a better alternative than just keep playing this team because I've enjoyed this team at times. But they have also brought us a lot of pain, so there is that. This guy's kind of begging to get the ball and then run over here. I mean, I presume he'll try and put some stuff in the way, but will it be enough? I mean, probably. But yeah, I think on a, it's gonna sound hopefully it doesn't sound sort of arrogant, but I feel like you know, on a different day we could beat this player. I don't think they've played badly, but they've definitely given us openings in a way that I feel like I could have exploited. Like, this is a good example. Like, this is a huge overcommitment from my perspective. So we grab the ball, we come up to here, we throw it to here. We basically need to get this guy down here, do a 2+ dodge, and then a blitz, and then it's 3+ catch and we're away. So now, recent experience, I need to go here so that I can block him down to here so he's out of the way. Recent experience tells me that as simple as this should be, it's not going to work, but okay, I mean, that's enough at least. Let's see. Do we go the extra one for the 2+? Yes. Oh, you know what I did do though? Well, it didn't matter. Yeah. Did matter. I should have pushed him and then it didn't matter because we didn't knock him over. If we'd knocked him over, we'd have carried on moving. As it is, we can dodge back and then dodge through, hopefully. There we go. So he kind of gave us that one. didn't understand this. I think sending 2 people down, I guess he was trying to block us from throwing it up here, but all of our players were over here, so that was never likely. So I think you just send 2 guys down to throw it on a 2 dice, and then you have somebody to kind of guard the back of the pitch. That would probably be what I would try to have done. And it might not have mattered, because you know, these 2 guys don't have guards. I mean, block. In an ideal world, I think I'd have had this guy come over to, like, here. And if you're gonna block off this lane, maybe it would be with one of those guys, but... In fairness, he doesn't have to care about that, so it's not like the end of the world. It's really more... I'm really just using it more of an example of... I feel like on a different day, I think we could have won this. I think if that wizard scat hadn't gone as badly as it did, I think all things being equal, I think we'd have won, because we hadn't lost. I think we'd lost maybe 1, maybe 2 players by that point, and after that turn, we gave them the ball, and then I think we had 2 people instantly get injured, and then we've had another one injured since. So we'd have been in a much stronger team position as well in terms of number of players left. That was a bad idea. No reroll, best player, 2 GFIs, arm value 7. Hey, Dweebo, how's it going? I was kind of hoping that coming back to them with not worrying was going to help, but I would say not the best on the luck front. Our wizard sort of semi-failed. And then the ball scattered to the one square we didn't need it to scatter to. And then he injured a couple of our players, and the game kind of went downhill from there, really. Which I feel like is the same as I was saying earlier on. I think that's kind of what happened in our last High Elf game. It was looking good to a certain point. The wizard didn't work out, and then our team got destroyed. It was like there was one pivotal turn, and that's pretty much what happened here. But you know, I mean, such as Blood Bowl. You got to sort of hope that you'll get a little bit of a consistent run of luck at some point, and it does happen. So it's you know, often a possibility. How about you? How's your luck going? I was just saying that I feel like the coach you're playing against like is decent, but I don't think they're like a top. I don't know what their percentage is, their win percentage, but I sense that I could probably beat them on a different day had things not as gone as dodgy. Which is kind of what I'm feeling with a lot of our games right now. I feel like I'm the more experienced coach in a bunch of games, and it's not really paying off. Not really been playing much. Yeah. Maybe that's for the best. Sometimes it's good to have little breaks, right? I think I would try and do this with one of the other ghouls. What's this guy's SPP? Yeah, he's already had been trying to do it with the other guy on the left. I guess he couldn't, right? The balls. But I'd be trying to level up the other ghouls, is what I'm saying. Yes and no. I mean, I have thought about it. Yeah. I mean, playing Amazons would be playing a team I haven't played, in fairness. I have considered it. I don't know what the time situation is now as well. I know it's been kind of weird back and forth with if things are going to keep going or if they're extending it again. I don't really know. It doesn't. I don't feel like I'm not gonna try and like have a run at anything. So there is that. Is that our guy that just got injured getting did he just get injured? I think he did. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It makes it hard to kind of plan out what you're gonna do. Because it's like if they're gonna extend this another month because they're sort of trying to extend it to the beginning of the new game getting its ladder, well then there's time to have another run, right? Boy, this guy getting man of the match just feels like how Blood Bowl 2 has been feeling like it's been punishing us lately. It doesn't matter what he gets, I'm just gonna fire him. Let's give him pro. So yeah, I don't know. Obviously this team's getting worse, worse and worse results wise. I don't know what's going on, but it would be kind of interesting to maybe that's not the right word. I would find it interesting to go back and look at the games we've lost. I feel like the vast majority of them, I think there's been one or two exceptions, but I feel like the vast majority of them, it's been almost entirely out of my control, which, makes it frustrating because it's too many. But maybe that's also not fair. Oh really? I wonder it's silly to say what's going on. I mean, nothing's going on, right? I guess it's just the swings and roundabouts of playing a game that does have elements of luck, I suppose. Anyway, YouTube, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time for whatever we play. Bye for now.